How's everybody tonight?
Hi.
Good to see you all.
Do you believe in miracles?
I do. Is there anybody here for the first time that's never been here before that would like to unmute and say hello? Let us know you're here.
Hi, I'm new. I'm Julie.
Hi, Julie.
I've never been here before.
Oh, well, welcome. Where you calling in from?
Bayfield, Wisconsin.
Oh.
Northern Wisconsin on Lake Superior.
Oh, beautiful. Thanks,
Thank you.
Julie. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Is there anybody else new here that's never been here before? If you want to unmute and just say hello.
Before we get going, I wanted to tell everybody I have asked Nicole if she would co-host going forward. I've been doing this for a year, and I'm a firm believer in getting new perspectives and new faces, and so I asked Nicole. Well, Lulu asked Nicole, but I asked Lulu, told Lulu that I wanted to step down and to find somebody, and she found Nicole. And so going forward, Nicole is going to be Lulu's co-host. And so I have really appreciated the privilege of being your co-host for the last year. I'm not going anywhere. I plan on being here. But I just felt it was a good time to step down. We're hitting 1 year, I think the 28th of this month, Lulu. So it's been a full year, which is amazing. And it's a great group, and I don't plan on going anywhere. I just thought it was a good time to bring in fresh young blood from Minnesota.
Well, Barb, it's been an absolute delight working so closely with you for the past year. It's just been
my pleasure.
It's just been amazing. Your energy and your passion and your sense of humor, everything that you brought this year to this group has just been incredible, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you so much.
I'm grateful. Oh, you're welcome, Lulu. And you know, I am more than grateful for you because you have, put me on my path and put everybody on their path. And so, I think the community as a whole is grateful for you. But when you asked me, I was thrilled to do it. And I'm so glad I got to do it for this past year. Yeah. And now I'm so happy that Nicole is stepping in and going to have a fresh new perspective. And it's awesome. So yeah. I couldn't have asked for a better year. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer in shaking things up, and so I think this is a great time to do it as we come up on our 1 year anniversary, and we've had so much success. And so thank you for asking me, Lulu, because there's nothing better than being asked to do something like that and like this. And so thank you for that gift. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and thank you, Barb.
Yeah, you're welcome. We done with our little love fest here, Lulu?
I wish you were here so I could give you a big hug.
Well, I'm thinking we should have lunch before you go to Florida.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think we should meet for lunch.
Okay. Thanks, Barb. And here's Nicole. Nicole has been here from the very beginning. She's a committed member of this group, and she's passionate as well as many other of you here. So. So I just appreciate you stepping in. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you. And I'm just so happy to be on this bus with all of you guys. So this is a wonderful bus. So I'm honored. Hello. Oops, I moved it now. Hello and welcome to Lulu's Way, Healthy Food, Healthy Life. My name is Nicole, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be your host this evening. In order to keep this meeting free from distraction, we ask that all in attendance please mute yourselves unless you are speaking. We also ask that you keep the video mode turned off if you are doing anything other than sitting and participating in this meeting so that we can minimize distraction. In this community, we gather to support, encourage, and inspire on the benefits of nutrition, weight loss, wellness, and the joy that comes from choosing to serve yourself well. We are not medically trained, nor do we have formal training in nutrition. We come together here for the sole purpose of providing support, sharing experiences, and promoting a healthy lifestyle. It may be wise to check with your healthcare professional with any dietary suggestions or advice you receive from this group discussion, particularly if you have health challenges. Individuals in this group may have different ideas on how to eat healthy. Just figure out what works best for you and do it your way.
Thank you, Nicole. Okay, so it is the first Thursday of the month, and on the first Thursday of the month, we all share our results from our weigh-in on the first. And I will go first. So as you know, I was away since I weighed in right before I left my house on September 15th. And I was gone for 2 months. And I weighed in on December 1st. So when I left, I was 131, which is the very bottom of my range. My range is 130 to 135. That's my healthy range. So I was 131, so I was right at the lowest of my range. I decided not to change any of my food. The only new thing I had in my life is that I'm working out with a personal trainer now, and I'm working really, really, really hard. But it seemed like I really didn't need any extra food. Like I wasn't, like on the days I was working out, it wasn't like I was extra starving. So I was like, I'm not using that excuse. How many times in my life have I been like, oh, I need a snack because I went for a long walk today? I mean, you don't need a snack if you go for a walk. I mean, unless maybe for medical reasons, but I don't have those conditions and I don't use that excuse anymore. So let me just say that I have been feeling very trim. I have noticed a difference in my clothes. My clothes everything feels just a little bit looser and just everything feels a little bit more comfortable. So I thought for sure that I was down and I was up 3 pounds. Now I'm still in my range, right? So I'm 134. So I was just like, I don't know what that's about. I don't know the chemistry of the body that works out really, really hard. I said to my personal trainer, I said, what's this thing? What's this about? Like, what muscle weighs more than fat? I said, I'm 66 years old. Like, I don't really think I'm building muscle that like weighs anything, I mean, yes, I am building muscle. I can feel the different in the composition of my body. I can feel it. I can feel everything feels different. It's just really amazing what, a commitment to that what it feels like. I struggle with committing to it, which is why I have a personal trainer, somebody to whip my ass. So she said, muscle does weigh more than fat. And I said, well, yeah, I know that. But are you telling me that since we've been working together, I have, at 66 years old, that I have built muscle that actually weighs something, She says, well, maybe at the beginning you might see a shift like that. Not that it's going to be an ongoing thing. I said, well, I don't know what it is. And I'm not concerned about it because all my clothes feel better than they ever have. Everything feels my body just feels trimmer. So I'm going to stay in my range. I want to stay in my range. And I am in my range. I'm not even at the top of my range yet. So that is my results. And that's how I've kind of processed it all. Let me just tell you something really interesting. I asked her today, if I'm the oldest person she works with. And she said she works with 2 women that are in their 80s and she works with 1 man that's 90. Imagine that. These are her clients. She's just this little itty bit of a thing. She's like in her 30s. She's adorable. And I just imagine her working with this 90-year-old guy. I said, I guess we're all spending our kids' inheritance. That's what we're doing. So, and just these people just want to feel good, I guess. But, these 2 women in their 80s that hire her to work with them, So, anyway, so those are my results. I'm in my range. End of the day, I'm in my range, and that's what matters to me. So, what about you, Nicole?
Well, congratulations on being in your range.
Thank you.
And Um, from the month, it was minus 6.2.
Wow. That's a
So
big one.
it is a big one. And so I've been doing it now. On the first, it was my 13th month. And so total loss is 71.8.
Wow.
So
I just got chills.
really,
I just got chills. I just got chills all over my body.
I get chills every day, and not just from the Minnesota weather, but just how much better I feel. More and more energy, and just I can't even believe like a year and a month went by already. So, I was super excited, and now I'm at 209.2. So I'm getting really close getting down to, I don't know how long it will take, and it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to keep doing this, but it'll be super exciting to get to be in the Wonderland.
Yeah. Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. Do you have that notebook in front of you with your history?
Of course I do.
Yep.
Yes, I do.
So now you've been doing the same thing every month for 13 months.
That's right.
So this 6.2 was a nice big month. But tell me like your 3 lowest months.
Okay. If I just kind of eyeball it here.
Eyeball it.
I had in July a 2.4.
Yeah. In
August a 3.2. And it looks like my other lowest one was 4.2 in November.
Okay, so you had a 2, 3, and a 4. Now, I guess the reason I asked that is because, sometimes the weight doesn't show up like every month. It shows up like you get a bigger month, you get the smaller months. I just would like you to share with everybody how you stayed motivated and encouraged even when you did this for a month and it was only 2.3 or whatever. And how did you just process that and just say, I'm just going to keep doing it, and then you started seeing bigger months?
Yeah, I think honestly, when I had those 2 lower months, because it had been higher, it was sort of like, oh, I wonder what this is. And then I did a food log and I had you look at it. We talked about it and I was still spot on. And I don't do a lot of exercise because I have hereditary foot problem. So doing a lot of exercise is hard. But I just decided, like, if it didn't go up, you know what I mean? My body has to adjust from all this weight loss. And I started back on November 1st, a year ago. And, it was higher for several months. And I just figured my body has to catch up. And I thought if I didn't gain and I lost anything, I don't want to give up or turn back around, and I've never found anything besides this plan that I really thought I'm going to keep on doing this no matter what, so I think, it seemed a little bit like, oh, I wonder what's going on. But then I just talked to myself about it, like your body has to adjust and level out, and it's still a loss. Any loss is a good loss, and I'm not in a hurry.
You just had faith in the process.
I did. And back before this plan, I used to plot out, I'm going to lose 10 pounds a month when I do this diet plan. And then, I'd figure out when I would be at my goal weight. And then, a couple weeks in, I'd be like off in the ditch crying and saying, this is never going to work. So this is so peaceful. And so, it's just plodding along. And so, just the commitment to it and not wanting to turn around. And I still had a loss. And even if I maintained, I've even told myself, if you just maintain whatever it is, you just have to give your body a month or more, a couple months to level out again.
You could have been holding water, so that it just happened to be on that weigh-in day that perhaps you were holding water, and then it just shows up another time.
Yeah.
So I just encourage everybody to just wait for the miracle.
And then the other thing is, now I find that I'm able to do a little bit more exercise. I mean, I can walk the dog, and I'm not talking about pumping iron. I'm talking about walking the dog a couple blocks, And also I pulled out my exercise bike, and I've been riding it for 5 minutes, which is like, heck, I tell you, I feel like, why is 5 minutes feels like I'm riding, for 3 hours. Yeah. I'm like, when is this over? But I think just that little bit, I feel like I can do it now. Good. Like I don't have as much weight to push through to do those little things. So yeah.
Good. That's good for you. Good for you. Just be happy with that 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I'll inch it up when I can.
Yeah.
But that takes the load off my feet, which is one thing I can do.
Right,
So
right. Good, good. Excellent,
yeah.
Nicole. Excellent. Yay.
Okay, how about Ellen?
Hi, Ellen.
Hello, everyone. I wanted on early, and I'm thankful for that because I actually, so for the month of November, November 1st, I started maintenance, and I got on the scale December 1st, and I grabbed my glasses and I looked again, and it was spot on from the month before. And I
Wow.
almost cried, and I just thought, my first thought was, oh my God, it works. And I knew it works,
Yeah.
but I had to see that because this is where I always fall off the
Yep.
wagon is at this point. And so I'm going to be on the wagon for however long it takes. But right at this moment, I'm in a unique situation where I'm at a law enforcement training center for 2 weeks. And they have a cafeteria, and I was terrified of what I would find, but it's working out. I also brought some canned vegetables, and I'm filling in gaps. I'm making it work because they do have an excellent salad bar, so I can get greens. And if there's not enough vegetables there, then I can come back to my room and sneak a can of green beans or something like that. So I am making it work. I feel like it's going pretty well. So I will go home tomorrow and eat my food, which I'll be so happy for.
Yeah.
But then I'll be back Sunday night. So to try again. But I feel it's working well, and I'm just grateful I have the tools to make it work.
Let me ask you, was this your first month on maintenance?
Yes.
And what change did you make to the food plan?
So what I ended up doing was adding a starch at lunch.
Yep.
So I have
That
the
was
same, yeah. So same lunch and dinner is
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
And yeah,
and that just kept you, that leveled you
Yeah.
right out. Good.
it did.
Because
It did.
sometimes you need another little change or another little change, but
Right.
so just keep your eye on it just once a month, and
Right.
good for you.
Yeah, I was so excited. I can't tell you how excited I was to see that. In fact, I even grabbed my phone, and I have just an old dial scale. It's not a digital anything. So I grabbed my phone even and put it on pictures and enlarged it just to be sure I was reading it. So anyway, yeah, I was very excited.
I have a dial scale too.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But I'm gonna have to say goodnight to everybody now because the cafeteria is open now. It's a little before I normally eat, but I am making it work, and it's working great. So if I get done in time, I'll pop back in. But yeah.
Great. Thank you for sharing that with us, Ellen.
Yeah.
I'm really
thank
happy.
you.
I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, thank you. And actually, I'm going to say how proud of myself that I am. And I just rarely ever feel that or say that. But this time I am very proud of myself. I just am.
You're honoring yourself.
Yeah.
You're just saying,
Yeah.
you know something? I'm worth it.
Yeah.
I am worth all this
Yeah.
time and effort and attention
Right.
for my goals. Right now, my goals have changed.
Right.
I now want to stay the same. And what do
Yeah.
I need to do to do that? We know all the other stuff that we used to do to try to maintain, and it never worked. So
Yeah. And
just
I am required to go to this, and I'm learning, well, since I work at a jail, I'm learning subject control techniques over the last day and a half, 2 days. And, that means takedowns and handcuffs. And I was terrified, but I'm holding my own with the young ones because I believe I'm the oldest one there. So, but I'm holding my own because I can, because I'm agile and I can move now because I'm 62 pounds less.
Is that how much you've lost? 62?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you can keep up with them for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I feel great. So, yep.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Excellent,
it's exciting.
Ellen. It's exciting.
Yes.
Good for you.
Thank you, Ellen.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I can't
So
wait for
exciting.
everyone to get there.
Yeah.
So, Yeah. Anyway, good night, everyone.
Good night, Ellen.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I was going to mention too, if you tell me your weight loss, but you've already told it on the Facebook posting that Barb did, just let me know so that we don't double dip the numbers.
And I did, but mine was 0. So
Yeah,
we're
you're a maintenance girl. Yep.
Yep,
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Vicky from New York.
Hey, Vicky.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I am maintaining my commitment to the group and to the plan by speaking, even though I don't have a lot to say. But I do want to mention that I've gotten such gems from this group. Barb, in my book, I wrote that sugar is the devil. And Nicole, I don't remember if you remember, I'm sorry, I don't know if you remember saying this, but I've told several people this phrase that you said, and it is a gem. I decided to stop trying to control cravings while still feeding them.
Mm.
Do you remember saying that?
I remember thinking it, so I'm sure I said it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So I write down these gems and I carry them in my book to remember them by. I reported my weight loss on the Facebook group, but I'm in my happy window. So I don't know whether I should just say I'm on, because I'm really not on maintenance yet. I'm still just, I lost because I'm not on maintenance, but I have room in that window,
Yeah.
you know. So how does that work?
Where are you in the window? You're getting towards the low end of it?
I'm getting towards the low one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, my clothes, you know, even the ones that I was thrilled to get back into are a little loose, but I'm feeling fine. I have plenty of energy.
Mm. Well,
And, you know, I'm hungry for my meals, but not hungry, snacky in between or anything like that.
yeah. And you stayed the same this month?
No, I was down 1.6.
Oh, okay. So,
But I'm still in that window, but now I'm on the low end.
yeah. So, how much are you up from the lowest end of your range?
Well, I now weigh 99 pounds, which I never thought I would ever see that weight again. So I have 1 more pound in my window.
Okay. So if you lost 1.6 again, you'd be out of your window.
Correct.
All right. So
Yeah.
since you lost 1.6 this month, I would probably start adding to stop that weight loss.
I think I'll add maybe 2 more ounces of protein because I'm a vegan. So I would add like 2 more ounces of beans or lentil or tofu or something.
Is that what you would rather pick the extra protein?
I think so because, well, I don't want to get kicked out of the group. But that's why I don't post on Facebook because I modified, similar to what Barb did, I modified your plan to work for me.
Yeah.
So I have I lost, even though I had a grain at every meal, but that
Okay.
worked for me, and
Yep,
I
yep.
needed that. So, yeah.
Okay. So but besides tofu and beans, what else do you have for proteins? Is that it?
Yes, because
Nuts. You don't do nuts and seeds?
No.
Do you want to start eating those?
I'm not sure because I think that I think I might have trouble controlling them. I'm not sure. It's been a while now since I just have not had them at all.
So when you have beans, you have 6 ounces, and when you have tofu, you have 4 ounces, right?
Yes.
So I would say, you know, if you're going to make the tofu 6, then it's like 1.5 times. I would do the same with the beans, make it 1.5. So
Okay.
it would be 9. 9 for the beans, 6 for the tofu.
Okay.
And just see how that works for you.
I will. I'll see.
You know, and then if it feels like too much, maybe you just want to do that at 2 meals. Or try it at all 3 though. Because something's got to stop this weight loss, or you're gonna start going down too low. And we don't want that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even though it was, you know, thrilling to not have gained anything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
So just pick your numbers. Like you can even say, if you want, you can say, I'm going forward, a protein is 6 ounces of tofu, 8 ounces of beans. You can make it 8 if you want, you know. and just pick the number and stick to it. That's what I think is the most important. It's like we all have varying things, but I always say just have something that you're sticking to. That's what I think is, because then it's just like there's no negotiating, and there's no like this one day and that another day, you know. Like if you decide you want to try doing this just for 2 meals and keeping the protein the same at another meal, then do that every day for a month. Like, don't change it up. Just
I hear you.
pick it, stick to it, because that's where the peace of mind and the sanity sticks, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I appreciated when you shared that you keep a record.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that too. And when, as I was losing, no change to my plan.
Yep.
And I had written my plan down in my book, along with the gems that I get from this group.
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you, Nick.
Thank you
Nikki.
so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
I was just going to say too, you don't get kicked out of the group for doing it your way, but we just on our Facebook page, we only are allowing 100% on-plan meals just for people who are trying to follow the plan as it is and to show examples of what an on-plan meal is. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Just to avoid confusion, because so many people will be like, I don't understand, because I thought it was this, so there was just too much confusion. So we're just keeping it nice and simple and clean,
Yeah.
So.
Okay, Barb.
Hey, Barb.
From Rhode Island.
Barb, are you new here?
Hi, thank you for having me. Oh, this is my first time talking. I'm a little nervous.
Are you nervous?
So I have like 0 change. So that might sound good, except that, I don't know, people might not remember everything, but I was just out of my range last month, and I've been kind of like going in and out of my range all month, and right now I'm just out of my range again. So from, what do I want to say, November 1st to December 1st, even though I've been in and out of my range, right now I'm just 0, so there's been no change. But mentally, because I've been sick for most of late fall, so but now that I'm feeling better and mentally there, I can already tell the shift. And the biggest thing I wanted to say today is that even though I'm still slightly out of my range, it doesn't feel like I've fallen off the bus, if that makes sense. It just feels like I'm just slightly out of range. Psychologically, I'm still in the game. And for me, that's the most important thing. So even though I'm not 100% in range, I'm 1 pound out of range, which, 2 years ago, I would have been thankful for being this weight. So I'm not beating myself up. But the good news is that I'm not off the bus. I'm just, if that makes sense, because sometimes we all know that feeling when you lose the focus, and then your weight just skyrockets and you can't get that feeling back. I still have that feeling. So I feel like,
oh, good.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
That feeling when you lose it, and then for me, it's when I have sweets, when I have cookies or pies, and then I'm just like, fudge it. I'm done, and I don't care, and let's go get a pizza. I'm not even there. I'm just, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Did you make a food change to get back into your range?
Yeah, I started. Did I make a food change? No, I just stopped eating all the excess food that I was eating. Truth be told, when I get sick, I tend to get an endless pit for an appetite. But everything I ate, even though it was too much, was on plan. And that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't go for the pie. I didn't go for the ice cream. I would go for, I'm going to have an extra apple, or I'm going to have an extra whatever, because I felt like my body was sick, and I felt like I needed food to fix it, which was not true, but that's what I felt like. That's what I did. So I'm 1 pound out of range. So all I did was go back to what I was doing. And I can already tell. You know how you can tell, Lulu, when everything starts feeling right again?
Feeling better, yep.
Yeah, so I'm already there.
Yeah.
But
good.
it's, you know, I guess the moral of the story is if you feel, for me, what happened is I ate too much food, which put me out of range. But the food I was eating was all on plan food. And that's why psychologically I'm still here.
Yeah, because the sugar didn't you didn't have anything that just grabbed you and took you right off the bus.
Yeah, that sugar fix, that thing that happens.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is the most powerful thing in the world. Right? Where is she, Vicky? Sugar is the devil.
Yeah.
Don't do it, boy. Don't do it. So like Thanksgiving, even though I wasn't feeling I was better, but not 100%. I didn't touch the pie. And I can't eat dairy because it kills me, but I could have eaten the pie. I didn't touch the pie. I didn't touch anything I was supposed to. I weighed my food. I made food for me. I made food for everybody else. I just did it, you know, just like we do at Lulu. But the key is to stay in it mentally. And mentally, I'm still there. And that is the biggest win of all for me. So this has been a tough couple months for me, but, you know, if I have a tough couple months and I'm only up 1 pound, oh, good God, that is a win. So,
yeah. I'm glad you're still in it to win it, Bob.
In it to win it, baby. And Lulu, I wanted to say to you, we were having this discussion before you came on about how your body kind of morphs when you start doing things a little bit differently. And with all the cycling I had done this summer, I had my massage therapist tell me, "Are you still losing weight? Because your body looks different." And I didn't. I wasn't losing any weight. And I said, "No, I'm just cycling a lot." And I think that's what's happening with you. It's not that you're it's just you're getting toner, and it's a good feeling, isn't it, Lulu?
It really, it's really amazing. And I mean, it's you know, I'm working really hard with her, but it's only twice a week, so it's 2 hours a week. But it's amazing what 2 hours a week can do for you. I mean, it's really it's changing me. And as far as I don't know what the numbers on the scale are going to mean going forward, but like I said, I don't have to think about that today because I'm in range. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, just the way your clothes fit differently.
Oh yeah.
And
yep. Everything's different.
Yeah.
Everything feels different. Yeah.
It's so good. So good on you.
Good.
And how long have you been doing it?
When did I start working with her? It was probably a month before I left, or maybe 2 months before I left. And then for the 2 months I was gone, wherever I was, I didn't cancel with her once. In the middle of a meetup, I was doing it. You know,
4 months.
So 4 months or.
You're a habit. It's a habit.
Yeah.
She's not convinced. Did you hear that, Nicole? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a habit. It feels like an appointment that I'm going to keep. You know. So I've been meeting her at Planet Fitness since I got back to do because it expands my access to equipment. Because I said I'm not going to. You know, I have like the 8-pound dumbbells. Now, what am I going to do? Have like a whole assortment of them in my little tiny van, you know? So she's like, "Oh yeah, we got to get you to a gym." She's like, "We got to throw a couple of 20s in your hand." I was like, 20s? Are you kidding me? I'm an old lady, you know? But there I was today with the 20-pound kettlebells doing rows.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, and doing all these interesting things because I had a bench and just different things that she just works with what I have, you know. So if I'm in my house, if I'm in my van, we use the bumper of the van, we use the cargo box, we use we use the side of the van, we use everything. She just chooses things that I can do with my van, you know. So, it does change you. So I'm glad that that's happening for you too.
Yep. And thank you, Barb, for sharing your story and that you're still in it with us.
Yeah.
Because we all love you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay, Pam.
Hey, Pam.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I hit my goal. I did 6 pounds
Another 6
and
pounds?
total 102.
Oh my
Oh!
goodness.
Oh my God, you hit the 100.
Yay.
Oh, Pam. Oh.
I can't even know how
Oh.
to explain, like, to think I was
Oh.
100 pounds more. Like, I just can't, I don't comprehend it really very well.
That's like carrying Vicky around with you.
Yeah.
No, who was it? Was it Vicky that's 100
Vicky
pounds?
on my backpack.
Yeah. It's like carrying Vicky everywhere you go. Oh my
A
God.
whole person it could be. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Pam.
16 months. 16 months. And yeah, like I said, I couldn't wait to get to that number, but I just don't, I still don't, hasn't sunk in, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
But I don't feel, the need to do anything different, or I did when we had our family fun day Monday. Of course, my mom wants to go in the candy store, the popcorn store, all those. So we were in the popcorn thing picking stuff for my son, and there was one called dill pickle popcorn. And we got one, and they left me in case I wanted to try a little bit in the bag. And I tasted it, and I was like, oh, I said, this is not sugar. I said, I'm going to taste it. I can do this. But then I just didn't want to stop eating it. I said, nope, that's not for me. I can't do it. I called my mom. I said, nope, don't. It's a good thing you only gave me that tiny bit, because once I tasted it and tasted how good that was, I didn't want to stop. I just wanted to shovel. So I know I can't do that.
No.
So
it's a good thing you stopped.
Yeah. No, I realized it right away.
The thing is,
I wanted to stuff it. I didn't want to just eat it.
Yeah. The thing is that's why I don't do any tastes, because
Yeah.
I know I'm going to want to stuff it, and I don't know if I'm going to or not.
Right.
I don't know if I can stuff. So you really got lucky that you were able to stop yourself. But I don't know. I don't feel like I could count on that. So
I don't think I knew that before, that I couldn't stop. I don't think I realized how I would feel doing it. So I feel like it was a learning thing, and I had to go through it. So I didn't beat myself up over it. Like, oh, why'd you even taste it? I didn't do any of that, because I felt like positive came out of it. Because I just noticed how I didn't, I eat my dinner and it tastes good, but I don't stuff it in. But with the popcorn, I just wanted to shovel it in so fast.
Yeah.
So it was a totally different thing. And I think it was a good learning experience for me.
I'm glad.
I know it could have gone haywire.
Yeah. I wouldn't just don't get confident that that's you're gonna get that lucky again.
Right.
That's where I've seen people fall. Is just like when they see something like, well, I had that one piece of popcorn and I stopped, so I can have this one thing and stop.
Right.
I would just hate to see that happen to you.
Yeah.
But
it is such a slippery slope.
Yeah. Well, I saw. Yeah, when I saw how I just wanted to devour it, I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like that person. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
I
would know I would want to shovel it before I even had.
Well, I think I know
piece.
now.
Before I had one piece, I would know I would want to shovel it.
Yeah. Well, and I know now, and I was thinking it wasn't sugar, so it wasn't going to be that feel like shoveling. It wasn't sweet, but it still did, and so now I do know that I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't
Good.
like that feeling.
Well, I'm
at
very,
all.
very happy for you that you hit your 100 by the end of the year. That's what you wanted by the end
Yes,
of the
that
year.
was my
Yep.
goal by the end of the year. Yeah.
With a
So-
few weeks to spare.
Yep. And now I just I still don't have a weight range or a goal. I don't because then I feel like in my head it's going to be an end point.
Yeah.
I've been afraid to set that.
Yeah, you don't need to. You're just gonna
Mhm.
keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah, I got room to spare.
Just keep going. Just
Yeah.
keep going, and you'll know when you're in a position where you feel really comfortable and you feel like, just look at the weight charts and just see where you fall
Right.
on them, and check with your doctor, whatever you have to do to find the number for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I just want to keep my mentality that I just want to keep eating this way, not necessarily have that goal which ends it.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why one of the reasons I don't want that goal weight.
Yeah, but it is gonna end, because you're gonna get to a point where it needs to stop. But it's the food plan doesn't end. It's just the food plan that you're doing ends.
Right.
It just needs couple little tweaks,
Right.
But your face looks so slim. You look like you just look so good.
Oh my goodness! Thank you.
How do you
Thanks.
feel? How do you feel? How does your body feel?
I'm good. I was telling Barb before everybody got on, I was always the small up top and bigger hips and bottom. And now I look down and I see like these little legs, and I'm like, oh, my legs look thin.
Oh.
I never noticed that. Like, I've never had thin legs before. But I do a lot of walking. We walk all the time. So
Yeah.
I do have to start doing a little exercise up top, because there's a lot of loose stuff going on up there.
That's okay.
Pam, how much did you say you lost? Because when I heard the big number, I got goosebumps and lost my mind. So I don't know what your monthly amount was.
6 for the month.
Okay.
6. You
Yeah, I don't
both
do
both had
congratulations.
It's a big 6 is a big month. When you've been doing it for a long time.
Right. I was kind of just wanted to hit the number, and then I think I only had to lose 4 to hit it.
Yeah.
So I was already in my head that was going to be perfectly okay, just enough.
Yeah. Good.
So,
Good for you, Pam. You're another one that's just in it to win it, committed. You've been here since day one. You show up every week, and both Pam and Nicole are both moderators on my Facebook group, on our Facebook group, I should say. And I'm so grateful that they've just come in we just keep a watch on what's being posted to be sure that, the meals are in compliance, so that we don't want any newcomers to come in and be confused. And also, they they vet people in that are looking to join the group and approve them. And so I really appreciate all that help so much. And they just, they just want to be invested in the group, and, and they both are. And and everybody that shows up is a blessing, because everybody's getting to know everybody now. Even the people that don't come here, they listen, they know the voices, I'd love to just have everybody on the video, but I don't know if everybody would like that. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to complicate it by asking everybody, and then some people might want to talk because they're going to be on film. But I mean, I would love, like, instead of looking at me for an hour and a half, people. But I don't think anybody's really looking at me. I think they're listening, like almost like a podcast.
I think so.
But I'm looking at you. I watch it like a TV show, Lulu.
You watch these?
Oh, yeah.
Even
Yes,
though
I
you've
do.
been at all of them?
Yeah.
You still watch them? Oh my gosh.
I like it to really sink in good.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Well, I do listen for sure, but I do other things and just have it playing in my brain.
Oh yeah, I know people that listen to it. They listen to it every week. They wait for it. So everybody
it's
that
nice.
shares on here is all part of that. And then once in a while you'll see somebody that shows up here that's never been here before, but they've been listening, and then they putting all the voices, the faces to the voices, and it's like they feel like they know everybody here, and I think so. I think everybody's getting cheered on from people we don't even know.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So great, Pam.
Yeah,
Thank
so happy
you.
for you. Okay, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
Hi,
How are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Thank you. I've lost 6 pounds for this month.
Wow.
So, but I had to modify it because of my diabetes. I can't eat that much grain.
Okay.
So, I'm on a modified version.
So did you
But
take the grain away and add something else, or did you just take the grain
I
away?
do 2 ounces of grain, and I do 2 rice cakes when I eat them instead of 3.
Oh, so you didn't take the grain away, you just reduced
No,
them.
I just decreased it and used brown rice, which
Okay.
I'd love to use white, but
Okay.
so September and October I struggled, and I'm just not one to share much. I just protective of self, so it's kind of hard
Protective of what?
of me, of myself.
Of yourself. Oh,
Of myself. It's hard to share,
okay.
and because I had lost 10 pounds in August, and it threw me for a loop. It really scared me, and I started getting emotional because mine is emotional eating and addiction too. So September and October were kind of hard, but I just couldn't share on here or anywhere else.
Yeah.
So it's just the way I'm made.
Okay.
But I'm,
when you say you're afraid, are you afraid of failing?
failure. Yes. Yeah. Failure.
So, but you're not, obviously you're sticking to it because you lost
Yeah.
6 pounds this month.
Oh yeah. I've lost 46 pounds so far.
Wow.
So I'm not giving up. And
Wow.
I have been coming for a year, but I haven't been on it for a year.
Okay.
It took me until May 1st before I started the program
Okay.
because I kept being negative to myself. I thought, why am I on here? Why do I even bother?
Yeah.
But it's different. This is unique to me.
Yeah.
I've tried, some of the other programs in the past, and they didn't work for me.
Right.
Not long term. I want it to be long term.
Yes.
And I want that quality in my life. And I like not having a fuzzy brain, because you're more alert. It's a good, healthy way of eating.
Yeah.
And I do eat the veggies, and, I eat protein. So, but, I just had to cut out some of the, some of the grain.
Yeah. So when you have the 2 ounces of rice or the 2 rice
Uh-huh.
cakes, your blood sugar stays pretty stable.
Right.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it stays better.
Yeah.
It's better when I do that. And I can't eat as much some of that squash, which I love, but acorn squash, I can't eat 4 ounces of that. I can't do that.
Okay. So you do
So I
2.
do 2
you
ounces
do
of
2.
that
Yep.
also.
Okay, good.
Oh.
So you've modified it to suit your health concerns, and
Right.
and you
right.
feel good, and it's working for you.
So far.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue.
Yeah, good for you.
So
Yes, Sherry, I remember when you finally spoke up and said you'd been here for a while listening and you weren't quite sure what you were doing here, if you weren't going to do anything. But I'm just so thrilled that it started to kind of settle in your mind and started you on a health path, because that's amazing so far what you've accomplished.
It is.
yes, thank you. I think so too.
Yeah.
So, and I really enjoy the group.
And you know something, Sherry, like to be afraid of failure. I don't know. I mean, any of us could fall. Any of us could fall off. So it's not like, I feel pretty secure that I'm not, and I think that you do too. Probably you've been doing it for a few months. Don't you plan on doing it tomorrow
Oh yeah.
and the next day? Probably. Yeah.
That's
So
why.
so when you think about it, it's very likely. It feels very likely for me too. But
Yeah.
we're all just kind of a bite away. You just never know. I really don't think it's going to happen to me, and I don't think it's going to happen to you either. And I live my life as if it's just going to keep going on. I'm not waiting for any balls to drop, because I want the ball in the air, because it just feels really good, because it is in the air. It is in the air,
Yeah.
and I had to buy a coat the other day because the other one is too huge.
Oh.
If I wore that huge coat out in public to a department store or something, they think I was going to steal something. You would, why is that person in here with such a big coat on? So that was awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
It was kind of form fitting, it fit, and I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
So it was real cool.
So you got a new coat.
Yeah, and I bought it at that Black Friday. Only I bought it on Sunday, and I thought it was $60 off, and it was $160 off.
Oh.
So I got a $200 coat for $60.
Nice.
Excited about that.
Yeah, and I'm sure it looks beautiful on you.
Yeah, it looks very good.
Nice. That's
I'm
nice.
proud
Sherry.
of me.
That's nice, Sherry, and thank you for speaking up when you felt, even if you felt uncomfortable with it, and
Yeah.
you've been feeling. It's always nice to hear from you, just so you know that.
Yeah.
I
The mouse in the group, it's a quiet one.
I just enjoy
One
hearing.
of them.
I enjoy hearing from you.
Yeah, I enjoy.
Good.
And I enjoy Tuesdays also. But I'm
Good.
going to have to go also, so I've got some other things I have to do here.
Okay.
But thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank
Bye
you,
for now,
Sherry.
Sherry.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Christy, are you cozy again today?
Christy.
Yes. Cozy Christy.
Cozy Christy.
I shared I lost 3.4.
Nice. Good for you.
Finally.
Good.
So I cut back on the rice and doing the sweet potatoes.
Okay.
So I think that helped a lot. I also have not been 100% Lulu's way, but I'm doing a mix of my way and your way.
But do you have a mix of my way and your way, and then you're sticking to it?
Yeah,
because that's what's really important. That's what I always say. That's
to it.
You're sticking
I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
So, and mostly it's just I don't eat 16-ounce veggies, and sometimes I eat a little bit more potatoes or something. But I lost this month by it has to be what it was is switching from the rice to potatoes because it's the only thing I really switched.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that would make a big difference, but maybe it does.
Yeah, I mean, I was eating, the rice, and like I said, I wasn't exactly eating 4 ounces either. I was being a little bad, which I know is bad. That's why I can't post online either, because my veggies are lower, and then I get kicked off. Not kicked off the group. My pictures get boosted.
Out of here. Yep.
That's only 12 ounces.
The food police. Watch out for the food police.
Yeah,
we're on it.
But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. So I tried to get some movement in, and I have some back problems, and that didn't work out for me so well this last week. So now, like the last almost 3 days, I've been having some lower back problems, and just from walking. But I try to push myself more, like brisk walk, trying to get some movement in, and I guess I must have moved the wrong way or something, but that's because I have pre-existing back problems. So but you guys were talking about a little bit of movement and everything, and I tried to get some walking in even with the cold. I just bundle up, and I think maybe that pushed me even more. I was rushing, trying to get back to the apartment because it was so cold the last couple of days, today especially with the wind. But finally getting the groove of it. Maybe next month I'll be 6 pounds like everyone this month. A lot of 6 pound.
There's a lot of 6 pounders this month,
which is awesome. Yeah. It's keeps me motivated knowing that people in their beginning months are 2, 3, 4 pounds. So awesome, way to go, Pam.
Yeah, big milestone for her.
Yeah, and I will announce it. Maybe by next year, this year, I'll be down 100 pounds like you. So let's hope so,
That's
right?
going to be a big day, Christy. That's going to be a big day.
Thank you, guys.
That's going to be a big
Thanks,
day.
Christy.
Wait for it.
We have some very exciting days ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a better version of yourself. Just always going for that next best version of yourself. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Next up, we have Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, friends.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see all of you. I slept in. I went to bed for a nap. I'm sorry. I ended up late. I'm like, no, I can't be late. It's Pam's big day. So I got here in time.
Oh, Pam. Pam, do you see how loved you are? Oh my goodness. Everyone, we're all just, what a group. What a group that's just, we're all thinking of each other when we're not here. You know, it's just so great. It's wonderful.
So I lost 3.2 this month.
Good. Good month for you.
Last month, but I'm not comparing as far as weight loss in the sense of that, but I lost 9 pounds last month.
Yep.
And last month, I think I ate an avocado every day. And I haven't been doing that this month. So maybe I'm not eating enough calories. But I'm happy with the weight loss. And if that carried on every month, that would be great.
Well, you know, if you lost 9 this month and 3 this month, you lost 12. You really could look at it that you lost 6 and 6.
Yeah.
It just shows up. I always say sometimes it just doesn't show up right on time.
Yeah.
It didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like I've lost more than that. Like my clothes are fitting like as if I'd lost more.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that I'm dissatisfied with my weight loss at all.
Yep.
I'm very happy with it. So.
Yeah. Good for you. Yay, Rebecca.
Okay, now is it MF in Iowa?
Yep, that's me.
Hi.
Hello.
Yep, we can hear you.
This is my first weigh-in. It's not a month, it's 5 weeks, because that's the last time I weighed.
Okay.
And it's 14 pounds.
Wow. Nice starter for you, MF. Yay.
Kind of totally rebuilding my life from the ground up, so I haven't totally got the plan down. Right now I'm starting with first I quit drinking.
Yeah.
Which is probably where all that 14.
Okay, that will do it.
Then I've set an 8-hour window every day, and that's when I eat. If I want to eat, it's got to be in those 8 hours.
Yeah.
And I've got a breakfast that I make every day that's on right from the plan.
Okay.
And that meal I make sure I have. I make it the night before, so it's there in the morning. I'm still having days I just can't get out of bed. I'm going through a bit. My husband moved out the end of August. I'm in a lot of flux and in limbo for where I'm going to be living in a few months and stuff like that. But I'm getting there, and I'm building the plan based on your wonderful foundation, Lulu, and I really appreciate you, and thank you.
I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm so amazed that this hard times, this rocky road at the moment, you're doing it. You're taking care of yourself. Instead of, waiting for everything to be resolved and situated so that you know where you're going to live and you know what your life's going to look like, and then you'll start, and like you're doing it now. Like you stop drinking. That's huge for somebody that wants to drink, and stopping drinking can help you lose weight. But when I stopped drinking, I was still eating, and so I just ate more. I just ate more, and until I got that piece too. But I'm so happy for you. You must, physically, you must just you're starting to feel better, and our thoughts are with you as you go through this time of change.
Thank you.
Yeah, really glad you're here.
Change it can be difficult, but change can also be kind of cool. So it could be that there's a bright light there for you.
Yeah, what's really beautiful is when you're really having a hard time, like instead of doing all the things you could do that are bad for yourself, to just start taking care of yourself. Like that hard change is the impetus for true self-love and taking care of yourself. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I guess one of the good things is now I've got nothing standing in my way of van life.
Ah, there you
That's
go.
been my dream for years. I tried it back in the 80s and would have been so much easier if there'd been an internet back then.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, that's my retirement plan.
Well, how about that? See, I believe in miracles. God designs things. Sometimes it looks like a struggle and it looks like bad news. It's like that good news, bad news, that thing, like, is it good news or is bad news, So, it feels like bad news, but we're going to see you at a meetup. How about that?
Oh, you are, definitely.
Oh, you are.
With or without a van, I'll be there as soon as I can.
Oh, okay. Well, you never know. My daughter is here from Iowa now. She moved back home for the winter, so it's lovely having her here, but typically she's out in Iowa and I'm always visiting her. And I've had meetups out that way, so we'll see what happens.
Well, actually, I have to tell you a funny story. I went for a drive and ended up in this small town, went into a grocery store that I'd never been to. I'd never been to this town before. And I think, I've seen this place before. Why does it look so familiar? I realized it was a store you went shopping in, one of your videos.
Was it Everybody's?
Yes.
Yeah, I went to Everybody's.
And it was just such a weird feeling. I'm walking around.
You're like, I know this store. Oh,
yeah,
my God.
It's not like it's a chain store.
No, it's not. I think there's one.
Yeah, it's one of a kind. So
it is one of a kind.
It took me a while to figure it out, and then I realized, Lulu. I just watched Lulu shopping in this grocery store.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's a cute little store, Everybody's.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, how about that? So are you close by there?
I'm in Des Moines.
Oh, okay.
So a couple-hour drive.
Right, yeah. Well, good.
And thank you, everyone, for your well wishes.
Yes, you're doing great. Thanks for being here. We're grateful you're here.
Thank you.
And now you can have another good month. We can all report next month, have another great month. Yay! Who else? Anybody else? Anybody else want to?
Or does anybody want to share, for some of us, we missed last week, it was Thanksgiving, how their Thanksgiving went?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Vicky.
I did want to share because my son and his wife hosted, and he asked me if there was anything special I needed, because I shared with him. And I told him I would bring my own food, which I did, and I made extra in case anybody wanted to try it. I also brought my own dessert. I made a chocolate chickpea hummus, and I brought an apple, and I brought extra of the hummus and the apples. Nobody tried anything. So I ate what I ate, and then I took my stuff home with me.
Yeah, nobody wants our food.
Nobody wants my stuff.
Nobody wants my food. Nobody. I don't have to worry about anybody stealing my food out of the fridge or eating off my plate. No, nobody wants my food.
No, especially I'm whole food, plant-based SOS, no sugar, no oil, no salt. So they don't want anything I make.
Yeah. And then when people don't have to cook for you, it's even better for everybody else. Better for them.
Great. Thank you, Vicky. Christy, how was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that. It was wonderful. I did not have the chicken like I said I was going to. I ended up weighing out some turkey. But I just had to have the turkey. But I did do the roasted veggies and the sweet potato and turkey. And I took my own turkey because I made a turkey at home as well because there's never leftovers at my family's. And my husband and kids like to have the leftovers. So I had everything already set. And not everyone noticed what I was doing, but the host did, my sister-in-law. And she's like, why aren't you eating my homemade mac and cheese? why aren't you eating this? Why aren't you eating that? And I said, because next year when you ask me this, I'm going to be 100 pounds lighter. Other than that, I did good. And I wasn't tempted. I was actually going to mention that now with the holidays this month. I don't know about all of you, but my boys are already talking about a list of goodies that we're supposed to be baking in the next couple weeks. And I'm like, oh, this will be the tester right here. I put my 14-year-old in charge to keep me accountable, though, because if not, he guilt trips me if I even try to look at the wrong thing. He says, Mom, you shouldn't do that. So I already told him, while we're doing these things for Christmas, you better make sure I'm not putting my hand in the cookie jar, so to speak. So just in case anyone else wants to join the bandwagon, no, keeping our hands out of the cookie jar, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I know maybe some of you guys got grandchildren or something that might tempt you.
Yeah. I don't know. The stuff's all around, and it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't even faze me.
I can't wait
Thank
until I get to that point.
Yeah.
I can't wait until I get where
I'm
just like not even tempted. Because I was looking at stuff. There was like 5 desserts there at Thanksgiving, and I did look at it. And to be honest, I just reminded myself how I felt back in July when I had stuff on our camping trip, and then it took me like over 2 months to get back on track, and it was, that dreadful feeling like, am I ever gonna, that's when you start, should I, what was her name? She said, oh, should I even be doing this? You get that feeling going once you start nibbling on things that you shouldn't be. And so I just remembered that.
Yeah. Good.
Good job, Christy.
Don't forget the pain of that. That was very painful for you.
Yeah, it was. Mentally, it was very painful.
Yeah.
And honestly, physically too, because I even felt it in like my clothes and stuff. When I was like hiking up my shorts, I was starting to feel a little room in them. And then I didn't feel room anymore. Matter of fact, no room. And it was not even in the car seat.
Yeah, and it was hard for us to watch you too, because you would still always show up. You were always showing up here, even though you were struggling. So I knew you were gonna, just because you kept showing up, I knew you were gonna get back on the wagon. But it was
I'm in it to win it. Pam's very inspiring. Nicole, everyone's very inspiring. And I too, Nicole, watch LULU'S reruns, not just listen, because I'm always saying, if she can do it, I can do it. If she can, and not only that, when I'm watching you, it makes me I feel guilty if I think about eating something bad.
If you look at my face,
I feel like you're right there, like you wouldn't go and like to a Weight Watchers or something and bring a slice of cake. So it's inspirational. Like I feel like you're there and you can see me. Just mentally, it helps me. So
that's funny.
So I just watch them, especially if I miss a week or something. I just watch it and keeps me focused. It's like that midweek, group that's not really live, but
But you listen and everybody, and so
and I know the faces, and then it makes me think of everyone, so that's nice too.
Good, thanks, Christy.
Pam, how was your Thanksgiving?
I just wanted to say it was a couple things. My mom told me she was gonna just steam string beans for him, because we always had string beans, just plain, and she had this big pot. She made over 2 pounds of string beans. It was so cute. She was like, well, I didn't know you said you ate 16 ounces. I said, I'm not going to eat 16 ounces of string beans. But so that I just thought that was really sweet. Like, and I made the Brussels sprouts, so I had both. But and then I just made for my youngest son's girlfriend is vegetarian, and I made a tofu, and her and I had tofu for our protein, and we just served it at the dinner. And I kept telling my dad I was going to give him some tofu, and he kept giving me dirty looks. But no, so other than that, it was cute. She overly, made all these string beans so there would be enough for everyone
that
and
was
me.
nice. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like half for you and the rest for the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Love it.
So anyway, that was all. Just a little tidbit.
Yeah. Thanks, Pam.